They are brave. They are our inspiration, our hope, mentors, and game changers. They are your leaders in the political arena, business world, entertainment, and in the paradise of sports. We bring you their stories on the Profile 256. Let's sit, learn, and get to know them better than we do. Only on Shutia TV.
Hello Uganda, hello Africa, and the entire globe. My name is Joshua Mitala, and this is the Profile 256, a show where we get to share stories of people that have made it in life, people that hope to make it in life, and people that think can make it in life. I believe you could be falling in one of the categories out there. And today I'm with one legendary TV personality, none other than Luzze Andrew Anderson.
Joshua Mitala Mnange, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. You know, the fact that, you know, Ochiroza Konogama Mani, Kasaja, at least covered the Coco TV for some time.
10 years.
10 years on
plus,
TV.
10 years plus on TV. So, Bakuzalawa, who are you?
Now, my story is a little bit confusing. Niza, Kaviamu, Sanyu Kibuamuko. But anyway, I was born 1988. I think it was the 19th of February. So
most people don't always talk about the year in which they were born. So that's about 31 years or 30 years?
31 years, yeah. So I'm very mature. It was so absurd that growing up, I had my dad, of course, Balibamita Chigundo Grace. Then my mom called Nanyanzi Mary. I was born, I think, in Mulago Hospital. That's what I'm thinking. So Captain Chigundu was of course a soldier. Then my mom was just a businesswoman. Watuzalida side is Zana Awansi. But I don't have much to say about my parents because I lost my mom I think when I was like 3 years. Tata Yasoko Kufa. After like dad died. He died of HIV, by the way. Yeah, first city Kamalo for Manyaba Majay, they could have different wives around. So he had one wife, of course, with a couple of kids, like 3 of them. Then he had my mom, of which my mom Tugatama Manetata, me and my other sister, we are 2, but we are a big family of like 12 kids all together. So yeah. That was so crazy. So when my dad dies, after like I didn't even see him, but I remember seeing him like once when I was still a newborn, you know, when I was still like a kid. So after him dying, like 1 week, then also my mom died.
Wow.
With it. So 1 week. So now the good thing that our mom,
let's get this right. Muzeo Yafa, like today.
Yes.
So after 1 week,
yeah,
your mom passed on as well.
Yes, and I was like around 3 years. So both now gone.
So Bali Barwala, like what was their kind of health? Were they bedridden for some time?
Now let's look at the HIV of 1988. Let's look at that HIV of 1988. That is the time, of course, when if you find an orphan right now and they lost their parents in that period, their parents died of that HIV, which was an epidemic them days, you know, because by then there wasn't even safe birth, like, you know, the mom is having HIV, the dad is having HIV, and then you give back to a kid who doesn't have HIV. It was there. So the mom had it, the dad had it, and then me, I'm inside there, but they are not safe giving birth. Thank God. Nevanzala, and they didn't test me, by the way. They didn't test me. I was like in my senior 3, second term. Then I overheard my sisters talk about it, and then they are like, eh, and that's when Omaningo Balimodiro go Valoza Tole over the eh, Mananga Twamkeveza, Nanga Twaitumanyanzo Kubanga, Inabi. I was like, okay, but because now Nalin Someraku Eagle's Nest, which is in Mengo, HIV Information Center is just a walkable distance. So I'm like, Genanene Kebeza. So I went and I tested and I was negative because I had never had sex the entire time.
Thank God.
The entire time. So when I was
so that mzee wa food day, mami wa food day, in the space of about 1 week.
Yeah.
Where were you living by then?
Now try to better side is a Zana. You see Zana before you reach the roundabout. Like 20 steps before you reach the roundabout, at all those houses which are down, that's where we used to stay. So it was very tricky because our mom now is having 12 kids in 10 dads. I watched together. So the good thing she did was bulyomu gwe yazalanga wherever she used to stay with the kids.
So kati gwe mumzeyo, like in your dad, the Captain Chigundo, the late. How many kids are you from your mom?
2.
Wow.
So banena bala dad one. But she used to stay to protect her kids. Bonaona yabiranga nabo yenga ye. Ochitegera chibule. So she did not give you that time to know your others, manya daddies, manya relatives and all that. So when she dies, we are now left just like that. So now we are 6 of us because so we are 6. I'm the last born and I'm the only boy in the family. That means you've grown up in this kind of life where your dad is a captain who owned most of the petrol stations on the Entebbe Road, and then you're having a mom, she had bars, she had, stuff. And see, the eldest is like 16 years. The eldest is a sister, 16 years. But the good thing she did, yasasulanga fees nga yinza susasula omwaka mulamba ne kirasi joddamu
at the age of 16.
That is my sister, my mom. Nga abaana be asobola okusasulira paka olimala P7.
Wow.
Naye ng'oli mu P3. So it means it can keep taking you even when she's not around. But of course kimu kimaze okugwawo. Now we don't have wetubeera relatives. The relatives, what they always do, they sell off stuff, they try to share you, they tried sharing us, but again we were not comfortable. Life wasn't good, so we are born again Christian. That's what I would say. So there was a church Bajita Yesu akwagala Eseguko near Chameleon's place around. So we tugenanga ku kanisa mugenanga family, you come 6 of you.
So by then ngosoma.
By then ngansomera kati awo nali mu holiday nali nsomera I think nasinama nagenda ku highway. I think nali nakava mu bino ebintu bya top class bichi P1 ngewedde kati nino gera mu P2.
You remember the school, nursery school?
Bali bagita quality primary we bali bagita. So I went there a kanisa tani kokuyamba. Anyway, we go at church. We go 6 of us. Kati surprisingly balaba buli kana ku family jayo nayo kuluno waliwo akalenza akamisinga. Then the Bazungus, who were missionaries, Papa Ron and Grandma Shuli, Nebabu's my sisters, where is the other boy, the boy that you always move with, because I was the youngest. And then they're like, Jali, Asigadenani, Jali. And then these guys kept on asking, so when it was bugging them, then they're like, why not? Katumugambi, Jali waka, he's sick. So who is taking care of him? And then they're like, no one, we just close him in the house. And then he's like, how can you do such a thing? Where are your parents? And then they're like, we don't have any. And then they're like, don't you have relatives? And then we're like, we don't have none. It's just us.
Do you remember what you were suffering from? Or
I think I was having malaria. I was having malaria. So then they're like, okay, you guys, you can come over for dinner. So we went for dinner, and then they decided to take care of us. Babirenga batulabirira kati. So they were good to us. Yesu akwagala Papa ne batuyamba okutusomesa nze bantandika I think from P3
ngosomerawa
ati awo nali ngenze ku bali bagita Highway Primary School na
Eliseguku.
Yes.
So you and Obi from Highway Primary School.
Highway Primary School. P3. So we started staying with these guys ningenda paka P5, but because now my sisters were baberanga mbisulo kati atinge wakati wali agenda kubera, and we are young ones. So what they decided to do was
now never take am chisulu
nga banteka msulu naye kati holiday wetuuka ngawo tubeera nabo. So P5 awo nga nze head prefect obayi masomera mu head girl, head boy ne head prefect. P5 I'm the head prefect.
Highway Primary School.
Highway Primary School. And the reason why I was the head prefect because I could communicate.
So Ngokula, which kind of person were you? Were you so much into probably were you imba? Were you into acting? Were you samba mpira? By then primary.
Me, from the word go, I've always loved debating. Debate is neno. This water is better than
water
fire.
Is better than fire. Mother is better than father. Wedding life is better than
those things there. So I used to do much of those because now I'm in primary 5 because these guys they give you that self-esteem. That self-esteem because I was being with them day in day out. My communicating skills were good. I could communicate bulungi.
Wow.
But something you didn't know. Mama wange banza langa sina slim later. Bantuma Isaac. So Luzze is not my name. Andrew is not my name.
Anderson
is not my name.
So what are your real names?
Luzze Isaac.
Wow. Kati you're called Luzze
Isaac. But when I was in my primary 6, my primary 3, I didn't know how to spell Isaac.
Wow.
But I had my friend who was called Andrew. And I could spell Andrew. Andrew. Kati kusomero waliyo Madam Nakato, big up, she's still there. So Madam Nakato nangamba edenya tulina kubeera Luzze. Abenchima balina kubeera Luzze. Aya bas ka ai ne kafuuka ka I. So ne maliriza nga nina
Luzze
Andrew.
So kati vamu nasari waliwo andika Luzze.
Nasari anti abo baba kuyigiriza ebintu byotategera naye kati wano binga bitegera
tegera. So kati P5 oli head prefect ku Highway Primary School Seguku.
Then I do a lot of I used to do a lot of debates. Kati nga debate yao ye mwagala nnyo. Kola nnyo debate nga sebo ne mu P5 nenga babana ba P7 bubi hands down. So that's how I finish. Kanisa keeps on with us. They
so church pushinze omaliriza P7. What
P7.
Next?
So in P7 I shifted school but every candidate class I went in I always changed school because people thought I'm going to be among the best and I feared disappointing people. So each candidate class I reach in either in third term or the first term of that candidate class I leave the school where I've been.
So who could determine that? Watch pushing.
No, I just
these whites that were paying tuition.
Whatever I wanted, those guys did. They gave us all the basic needs of life. We had free medication, free food, free shelter, free everything, free everything. So when it reaches a candidate class, I'm like, you know what, guys, I think I can change. So P7 I left. I went to Seguku Primary P7. So I went in P7, then now Nemala, then I joined Eagles Nest
senior 1.
P7
waita bulungi.
Naita bulungi.
Wafuna make.
P7 how did I get? Nafuna ndoza 10.
Wow, first grade.
First grade
nagezaako
because I was done better. So
never
ngende kati awo nze Eagles Nest, then senior 1, senior 2, senior 3. Again we were good at doing debates. Debate was my thing.
So over the Highway P7 P7
primary.
Seguku Primary.
Yeah.
No yingira kati Eagles Nest for senior 1. No mala till 11 or level, sorry.
Kati when natuukira mu senior 4
no chusa
era nenchusa awo nengenda Kajans Progressive natulira senior 4 then when namala era naye when ali ntuse
so kati ngosoma tuwavayo kuba relatives bajja later on oba uncle, maybe a sister to your mom, a brother to your mom, or sister to your dad, or brother to your dad, never probably to follow up over our niece or our nephew, Bichi Balibatia. None of them came up.
It was in my senior 6 vacation when Namanya, a chalo change, my village, and that is in Nakauka. I had a friend because my dad was called Captain Chigundo Grace, very light-skinned guy. Yali agana kwesimba wambia Kampala, something like that. Nalaba ekifananyi kye chenina choka ebintu ebipande by'okwesimba.
Ekifananyi tujja kisaayi.
So ngamba mukwano gwange oyo wokkaalo munyumya nagamba hey tata Captain Chigundo Grace nagamba sibo yo tata wange. That is now senior sex vacation. Namugamba yo tata wange. Oh yo tata wange. Then I went to my sister and I told my sister, you see this guy agamba tata wafe ye tata we. Tugamba no, we have to find out. How do we find out? Then we go echayamba nga jajjawo yo mwana jali azala tata we, and the distance was walkable okitegera. So we walk there ne tugenda ewaabwe, then natugamba jajjawe nti batata bamwe banjawulo. Owono yali Captain Chigundo Grace, owo yali just Chigundo Grace. Olaba kati wakinagamba tata wamwe yali mweru nnyo naye ate tata wange yalinga wa business tata wono okitegeera. So agamba naye yayinako omuntu omulala gwe yalinga akozesa emirimu naye ali wali naye nga it is a walkable distance. Then we go there onagamba bannange omwami mujjukira biki mwina ne muganda we atutwala olowooza wawuya inseguku tutwala Kibuye. Then we get to see
the village,
the tata muganda wa tata wange. Then he's like abana aba, you know, the abana abaze bajita bacha abaseuka abaza. Yes. Then he takes us to the village Nakauka. But my sisters, because we grew up together and we did not know all those other we grew up as a family. So my sisters never wanted us to get into those things, but no. Because I grew up asking them, where do they bury me? So that's how we find out all these things. Okay. Of course, abantu batakula nabo tobamanyi tobategeera.
But blending.
You cannot blend them.
So kati omaliriza senior 1 to senior 3, senior 4 choose somewhere. So kati senior 4 life year at school. Wali prefect
in senior 1 katwaina abachali nga abayita abazagaza. Abazagaza mwalimu noisy preacher yakola kati zi video. I always eagerness. I always to be young, but I could easily associate with people above classes. So I was with the Bazagazas, mwalimu spoiler, noisy preacher, who is now noisy preacher, akola zi video muyembe. Yeah, then ngatubera with the likes of the Mickey Winey, tubera with the likes of Fatty Chris, Pakamani.
Yes, so we are producing our celebrities.
Very many. Uganda Miss Uganda, yeah, it's still there. Uganda Miss, like, you know, but they could sing, all of them could sing. Instead of doing assemblies, we used to do flag ceremony. So flag ceremony, people come a bit anga concert boss. Assembly afe.
Headmaster Naja.
Headmaster ali black American. Muzungu muzibu. Ngomwana omuwala osala kemvirizo akawalata. Bodde waka. Oh. Bakuze wakanga. I had like too much hair like this. For some reasons, because the owner of the school is called Pastor Don. He's called Dozway. Pastor Dozway. So Dozway, because he's a pastor and and I'm from a church, these two pastors connected, and then that's how they ended up taking us that side. So netugenda netusoma naye ng'era nze bo bakola ebyabwe bayimba naye nga nze debate.
Waliwa debate
yoka and I used to be I'm a very humble person. I'm a very shy person. I don't interact a lot. I don't talk to people. I don't like crowds unless it is necessary. Sigenda simanya kwanjula mbaga simanya I don't.
So kati Eagles Nest omaliriza senior 4 dawa.
As awungendere Kajan's progressive.
Kajan's still wali mu debate wakati in
candidate class. But again, I was in books. Me growing up, I used to watch a lot of TV. So during the day I can do anything, but at night I watch TV. Even up to now I can watch TV from 7 to 7 in the morning.
Wow.
So nga ebitabo mbisobola emisana tubeera turelaxinga you know you don't care but ekiro nsobola okusoma kuva ku ssaawa nnya nga abaana bamaze prep until morning tugenda ozuuka ku maki kitabo kye natutte nga mugamba soma busomi line osomemu nenkumalirayo ebisigadde byonna wallahi abaana twali tubasobola
kati kajansi ng'okikuba senior 4 tewadda mu entertainment
no, I wasn't in entertainment in any way.
Debate.
Only debate. I didn't. And then now, the Kajan I finished up. You know, that's the time I think I lost my. No, that's not there. Then Nemvayo, senior 5, then senior 5, senior 6, senior 6 again. I left. Nengenda Bishop Dunstan Kalangala.
Senior 5.
Senior 6.
Wali Kalangala.
Candidate class dina chusizanga.
Senior 5 wali.
Na Kajan's progressive.
No dive senior 5.
Then
senior 4 go finye make.
Senior 4.
White sciences
no. I did PEM. Nakola.
Physics.
I did Meg. That is
5.
Mathematics. Yeah. Mathematics.
Senior 4.
Senior 4. Make. One thing I know, I passed mathematics, geography,
commerce. Entrepreneurship. Okay, kat senior 5 ngokyali ku Kajansi progressive. Ngokola Meg. So who is paying tuition? Abazungu basasula.
Yeah, still
holidays odayo ku church.
Kati awo they had gotten a big house for us, kati nga jetubeera ne family because kati tukuze kuzemne batufunirayo omuntu ku kanisa, the 6 of us. 6 ne batufunirayo omuntu omu ku kanisa atukuma. But of course I think they used to get paid. I'm not so sure. Nayenga they give us upkeep nga buli mwezi batusasula bakusasula buli mwezi all of us buli omba musasula sente ze. I think about 12
wow,
all of us, all of us.
Money by then.
Upkeep and then they buy food and everything beyond China kubanga akozesa.
Kati senior 6 ngolumba Kalangala.
Senior 6 nyumba Kalangala. Kati Kalangala twaina team. We had a team of guys.
Ani yakutwa Kalangala abazungu basala.
Era still nza abagamba.
Ngagwa abagamba.
Kati by the way, out of those people helping us right now, they've helped over 10,000 kids around the world, more so in Africa. 10,000 abana ne basoma ne bamala. After us coming through them, ne batuyamba ne balabanga they can help other kids. It was through us that they created God Islam. You know, God Islam katinga onogamba an NGO ayamba abana obushtegera. And now they've helped over 10,000 kids. They have over 5 schools around the country. They have over 20 boreholes around the country. They have over 20 churches that have come out of that because of that one thing that they helped us do. So and I of course I go to Kalangala, I do my senior 6, but because we were 3 Andrews, there was the Andrew Floors, then there was also me, the Andrew. So we were like, let's choose a district if na buli omu gyagenda abasinge oja if try to trace over ngane it goes next basoma the best 10 students nga it is the crazy boys that are the best.
Wow.
Fenga fe tukikuba waliwo Shemex Kizito oyo yali mubi era kati alina ne ba promoters bakola nabo.
So kati Kalangala otuseyo. Yeah,
I go to Kalangala, I study. Then I also finished that side senior 6 away. But because our bazungu omwana waabwe omu yali pilot, they call it pilot.
Omaze senior 6 okoze Meg. Already wali agabira chikati by then.
I wanted to be a pilot growing up. Okuva wentandika okutegeera kaka okuva wentandika okutegeera nze njagala kubeera pilot. I cannot even forget nayimbako nze njagala kubeera pilot. P1. I still remember that. My entire life I've never thought of any career
apart from
nothing. Nothing.
So Meg was the right kind of line. So ofunye meka senior 6.
Senior 6 I did well. Nafuna aba senior 6 bafuna make is
by then zali out of 25.
I think I got like 40 something.
This is kwa 40 something.
Hey, sina kwerachi.
Bafuna 25 yabakoze obulungi kati
nezigenda nga
zikabusi by then in your year, I'm sure.
I think.
What make what?
I make economics, but paper bizanga. So when mala sirozangako kubeera into any career. I've never thought of being in any career.
Kati nge papula yufunye senior 6
ngamba kati njagala kulumba piloting. Remember those people who are helping us, one of their daughters is a pilot. So I grew up and they're encouraging me, you will be that, you will be that. Now after senior 6, that's when economic crunch comes in. That's the time the Twin Towers are crashed. Chibachitegeza America doesn't have money to spend on now you people they donate stuff for. Now baina kati okwefaako
ngo joininze
nga sinaba kujoininga tuli move back. I cannot forget that. I felt very bad. So ekanisa awo yakoma okunyongerayo nemanya kati omuntu aide, but now my sisters have grown up, some of them have gotten married. So one of my sisters called Kate nangamba agenda olabe, because now my other sister called Lillian yali alina bawe nga yakolamu nga alina kasente nangamba Anderson, I will try to help you, because we went at the airport sometime, I think we were dropping someone, and then we saw these pilots, the way they are putting on their whites and then the caps, and then so she was like, I will help you. So mfuna transport, Kate helps me. I go to Soroti Flying School. And bumper trials, ebigezo okuyingiza. They give you 100 questions, but mathematics, you're not supposed to use a calculator. Then you answer them, then you're good to go. You're supposed to get 90 and above, but it is simple mathematics. So, and I had done mathematics, so I did and I passed. I got 95 out of 100. So I now qualify. So nagamba administration fee nenzi sasula nekubewaka, they gave me again, it was CAT. And I was supposed to be paying 1,000. We were supposed to pay $18,000.
Wow.
By then I think it was around 36 millions, and I was supposed to be doing PPF. That's a private pilot's license. I stayed in Soroti Flying School for one month. And then I noticed we could not raise that money. I go back home.
It's you. Where was an organ?
I told them and they could not raise the money. So I had to leave the flying school. I went back home. Nembere waka. Nganze sina chengenda soma because nkuze chicho tukachenjagala okuba. So netugenda, I stayed home. Then they are like, no, it's all low age. Nganze sina chensoma. I'm either going for flying or I'm not doing school.
No tula.
Nentula 1 year. Wentula 1 year ngendo laba ngenda semba mchine chintu. Then my sister opted for nangamba ngende to different universities to see if I can get maybe any any course. So I ended up getting whatever, computer science.
University.
All of them they gave me, because we went to Makerere, we went to Chambogo, but they all gave me that. So I'm like, no worries. So it was 1 week to go join Makerere. And I never liked Makerere ever since I was a kid. I don't like crowded places. Ogenda kusasula 13 for any eventually bakubanja. Na ino simba line okumala week, I know. So you're going to get food and kids are very many. I don't like that. So I grew up not liking Makerere at all, because I saw like the kids were very many.
So which university did you go to?
As I was going to join 2 days 2.
Which campus?
Makerere.
2 days 2.
And then my sister is like, "Yarabyeyo mukwano gwe omwana yasoma ebya medical laboratory birabika bijja kola yagenda okuteeka mse." I'm like, oh my goodness. And I never like to be in the medical world because I don't like blood. I hate blood. But of course, it's not going to be you paying your fees, your tuition, so it's your sister, so you're supposed to go on what she's saying. And now she's married, remember, she's having kids also to take care of, and the husband. So I'm like, cool, no problem. I join a medical school.
Where?
And I saw joining one in Nansana. then later
ng'osoma course ki lab attendant
nali nsoma medical laboratory
okay.
Yeah, medical laboratory technician.
Okay.
So ne twala kasomo nga tekakola bulungi, then we went to Wanene Mengo bagiyita
eriwa malayo banga kiwa soko genda
namalayo like 1 year. Naye ne tulaba nga tekitambula bulungi. It was a simple school, so we went to Mid-Care Health Professionals College in Mengo. So nensoma.
You started up fresh, you didn't proceed?
I proceeded just.
Mwaka gumwe
ninyongerezaako. There was supposed to be 2 years.
Nosomayo.
So nensomayo 2 years. I was doing a certificate. Nali maze. And then my sister now, she's gotten broke, sent this chawera bulungi. I worked in a hospital.
So you have the papers?
Sazijayo. Nasoma nebya journalism sazijayo.
Empapulazo sichali ku Medicare.
Yes.
So kama Medicare tubaganye balete empapulazo.
Sazijayo. No, I worked in a hospital health center in Ndeje. And because later I developed the love for the medics, more so when it comes to body fluids, because our lab, it's all about those fluids, samples, so it's either sputum or whole blood or stool or those things.
So Limi will take it all.
And the money. So I worked in a hospital for 1 year. Katumwe muzita, bana wanono bazita internship, tuzita attachments. So I worked there, but because I was good at what I was doing and I looked a kid and I had too much hair on me, patients were very okay working with me than these elderly doctors or the lab technicians. So I could inject 100 people per day on a minimum. 100 people taking samples, because nazeneita oji ogubuze gwendaba. I cannot forget baleta kakazi mchala nga mukade nyo nga aininka nyenya ina. The Vasaos tried to get a sample from her and they failed. So they bangama mwite oji. I don't have to look at you to get blood out of you. I can feel the vessel and I will collect blood. Kati atomu tu wachukolo urinji doesn't hurt. Tebiruma. I collected blood. I was the only one doing TB. Yeah. They call it something different. I was the only one doing TB. Now when I'm in the lab, I'm there alone. But I wasn't paid, you know. And according to the salary paying or wage, minimum wage here in Uganda, they get a little money. But I can't
minimum wage.
No, Bazilina is Abala. Yes, Bazilina.
Okay.
It was little money. I was like, when I had developed the love, you take it.
So no kola
I left.
What stopped you from picking those papers?
Cut.
Bali bakubanja.
If I move on, I move on. That's my problem. If I move on, I move on. And I move on very fast. I just leave.
Okay.
So I walk at in between nga tukyali mu ebyo waliwo omuwala yabadde backing up Bobby Wine today. I'm back in the yesterday, of course, during her concert. Bamita, oh my goodness, I'm going to forget your name. A very good lady. Bamita Shadow. Shadow.
Ngochitadde cheddwali.
Kati nkyalimu, kati nkyasoma. Kati Shadow no tuba tuli awe, you know, like in our cubicle, you know, hostels with my other cousin called Deborah Nakabyowa. Yeah, no, try kati ausina gena mengo nali nkyali the other side of Nansana in that medical school. Then tulaba WPS TV. And then they are advertising for the best TV presenter in Uganda, and it was dubbed the Icon. They went to all the universities, Mackay, Kiambo, Gonkumba, IU, the Christian University. They went to all of the universities. So I told my cousin, Abombakuba, because me have always been with TV anywhere. And we grew up ngate tulimba. Nangamba soko kube mwaka pera Koleno show. I do that show. Koleno, I do that show. Koleno, I do that show. Nangamba basobola. What we don't lie, because that's how we grew up. Nangamba basobola. We are ngambo basobola. Namanya kati basobola ba. Kati transport yagenda yo. Kati bali bagenze in all the universities, but now they've not come to the rest of Uganda. medical schools, they did not come. So I did not have an opportunity to join in there. So when they called the rest of Uganda, I remember Hakim the Dream was there, Radio City, the likes of the Mackenzies were there, Patrick Onen was there, the people organized there. So I don't have transport. Kati ninganga gezako funa ka girlfriend.
Girlfriend chi.
Oyo shadow ya backinga Bobby Wine oyo mwale yabadde momo. And for her, she was an artist by then, ngawandike nyimba naye nga ali mu senior wa 6 oba senior 5 kitegera nga yeyiya nangamba Anderson ninamuko kasente jukira ye abeera mudde abeera wakafi tuli mu hostels kati ngaakuwayo 5 n'akuwa omutwalo. I went ne number Icon yali eri awo kati yali National Theatre
no tonatuulira ovudde otya mu that lab thing the Medicare okyali Mengo
anti awo ndi mu kunyumiza kati inansana nga nkyali mu medical school wengenda mwezi of competitions with her help because yali ayimba already ayinawo naawo Zida nga yawandikira Zida ennyimba era ne Zida yali kayagala kwesimbawo currently ngenda ku eyo bagiyita batya eyo wabeera abayimbi National Theatre. So I got the National Theatre. Wallahi nakola my first presentation. Bagambirawo yagendo basinga n'abaana bana ne boogererawo. Of course mwalimu ba Natalia Ozi, mwalimu omwala omulalo yakola ku Bukedde simanya Akasengeja, mwalimu Web Daniel Sebakije, mwalimu very many of those oyo omulala akola ku NBS Yoshoya Travel. I beat all of them hands down. The first take, all of them Cleopatra agambira bano basoba mazi. And that's how I won.
Insinuated.
Remember, I had the background of debating, katingase debate, nemugatamu kati TV. Ochitegera ndaba TV, mbadde debating, so I beat them hands down. Totally. I remember Patrick Onen, at one moment he said, you've done that very good. Okay, now you try Showtime Magazine. I did that. Okay, you try doing Struck at the Late Night Show. I did that. Said, okay, you try. It's like, you boy. Kombe, I was debating in Twalinga Tukola. So that's how I passed through. Named Tam 100%. Name from Muavamuno na Gumpa.
Katingo chali
kati yao nansana kati shiftinga tugenze kati Mengo. But I'm juggling between the books and then TV.
Ngambo okola.
Ku
Medicare edwali
kati no edwaliro zalinga attachments
so you were on for the attachment program.
Yes
ngabo
kati nali maze nali kati maze saddayo ku attachment nesigala nga nsoma naye nga ate wenkola ne ku TV bintu nga binyoma naye nga obeerawo ekiro sawa nga 6-7 then Barbara Yatta nakubire simu Anderson, man, you know, there's some international artist who is coming. Can you go at Serena and cover for me? I don't feel like working. Ayabas, no way you transport, you know, get up Serena, you know, kwamba yangu smart, then you do the things.
By then, WBS said, they can 50K.
No, WBS when they hired us, they were giving us 122, but what 122,222 by then but of course I used to work a couple of nali sintebanafuna the exact show so when they got the morning flavor show then that's when they started paying us and they were giving us that money but
so
of course I was working
vote in that medic thing entirely I'm now into media.
So when I started doing those things, each time they called me, remember now, tubera Ndeje. Cut from Ndeje to Ntinda Bukoto, ewali WBS is Naguru is far. Kati nzabana webawumula nensigala ku medical school for like 1 month because from Mengo at least it's nearer than in Ndeje.
Yeah.
But remember now, all my sisters, I have only sisters and they are all married. So if I'm going home to stay there alone. So basically, I still got kusomero singer, but all the kids are gone. Then Lomo, one of the security guys comes like, Anderson, man, no. tosobola kubeera wano, now it is overdue. I'm like, I have this.
Nenga bakuwa like 100 something.
Yeah, they give me. So I was like, linda guno mwezi gugwe gwali kubuzayo 1 week. So mwezi gwagwayo ne bampa of course 122,222. So ekumi n'ebiri ngamba kati ngenda Bukoto kunoonya nyumba.
Nenga yezireze Bukoto.
Nafuna ey'omusanvu man.
70k.
Yeah.
So emyezi esatu, that's about 210 something, I don't know. Myezi esatu.
Ebukoto gye bali bayita engine kati bayi Oilex something like that.
Oilex.
Nenfunawo nembeera mu kazigo kange kabanga kabaskali. You know the gates, when you're entering a gate there is always that Cashmore house. So that's where I used to stay.
Ngakola ku TV.
Nakola ku TV.
Ngesinga by then yali esinga.
And by the way, we see Obakaka. And by the way, what insinuated me to join TV, it's not like I wanted to be a celebrity. This is sagalanga kuba celebrity. Wallahi, I never wanted to be a celebrity. I wanted to talk because I used to do debate. So I wanted to talk to a bigger crowd. So that's what influenced me to go there, not to be a star, not to be ku TV, because to me it seemed normal.
Askari agambye ekintu ekivemu, cannot stay here at the medical school. Bakusasudde emitwalo gy'okumi ofunya akayumba e Bukoto. So ekintu kya medical world ekyo kita like there instantly you leave it and then jump onto journalism or media.
When I left the school and I went there, by the way, but 222 zali tutu zoka. It was 222,222 zebali batua. So when we yango bayo
nafune nyumba.
Nengena nefune nyumba. I remember I moved with my mattress and my suitcase. I came to Bukoto, it was around 7. Ezechiro.
Lego sawa em.
Ku engine kwa nyinyi gwe bandeka nenyimirira bwenti. Nenda bo musajja course. Nemuyita. Nemugamba njagala ennyumba nambuzo ina sente meka nemubulira abiri gange. Nangamba waliwo eri awo. It was just from here to there.
Najifunira.
Ngenda one nyingi ari ngamba ale na nyinyi ono akabulaza njagala.
Neka kyotuse mwezi oleva abazungu tokyabawuliza bali basasula.
Now they left, they went back to America. They stayed there. We were communicating by the literal, you know. Because they had now over thousands plus kids they are helping, you know, at least back to say, you know, I get a house and start working. At you know,
awachita
kati when akola like for months naga aye mfati.
How much are they paying at the hospital?
The hospital, they were not paying me. The only time they paid me, Ndeje Health Center for. The only time they paid me bampa nusulu 10. Remember, on average, nali mfumita abantu 10. Nga some of the tests like TB, it was only me. Nga nkukolera slide. Olaba oli ayinza ogamba malaria omulaba. In the microscope and you cannot tell. Naye nga nze nkukolera slide ngeri clean ngolaba malaria kati TB wange ng'omulaba. I was bad, and you know I developed a lot for the medication. I start working. Morning Flavor, the concept comes in. Still, it is I kept in the gym together with Patrick Conan. We do that show there. The whole concept for them was to do an entertainment international kind of a show. Talk about the likes of the Kanye West, the Beyoncés, you know, the Kim Kardashians. But remember, way back, those are not my interests. By the way, I'm not a fan of music. I cannot watch music for like 1 hour. I cannot. I watch movies. So basically I ended in the thing that I wasn't prepared for. So I start doing that entertainment show. But now they want me to be international, talk about those international stories like how the likes of Mackenzie's used to do. But now I don't understand those things. But now there are artists that I understand, the artists that I see. Because being at Eagle's Nest, I could relate with these people. So now where I used to stay, now Bebe Cool is staying around. Like mukazigo kange kenali ngamberamu nga kasuku mulangira ndausi DJ Brian wa Bebe Cool mbamba uliranga bogera mukazigo kange. So when they saw me on TV, So they're like, you can come over, young to Chilinge. I stayed with them for a couple of years, so I could get much content. You know, Kasuku mentored me in one way or the other. Mulangirandaus, then Bebe Cool, then, you know. So
you could relate to them so easily.
So now it became easy for me to go on TV and I talk about these things in the entertainment world. I'm relating, these are the people that I always stay with. So it was easier for me. So I drifted the show from the international concept that they wanted it to the local, slowly. Because, you know, TVs in Uganda, when it comes to producers, we don't have producers for studies. We don't have producers. Most of these presenters are the ones who come up with their content. Most so when it comes to the musical programs, it is the presenter to design everything almost. So it's not like the international TVs where the producer does basically everything. Yeah. So morning flavor 30 minutes and we could nail it. It was really bad. So yo. And at one moment when I was drifting it, they called me in the meeting and they asked me, Anderson, can you really afford? Can you maintain it? Is
it sustainable?
Is it sustainable? Okay, try.
Okay.
I did it. I got every artist you would think of in Uganda. Only Juliana that I didn't work with.
So WBS Wachikuba, you became a celebrity.
And I did very good. I became a celebrity not knowing it. You get the point? You're a star. Oli wakabi okola ebintu ebinyuma, but I'm young, it's my first job. Sibitegi. I just do my job. You get the point? So I did not develop the pride names. I did not develop, you know, those things. I was normal. Just that I could get like too much money, you know, the likes of the SK Mbuga, the likes of Sipapa, the likes of Ivan Semwanga.
WBS.
Oh my goodness.
How did you leave WBS?
Oh my goodness.
And why would you leave it even?
Now, the way how I left WBS, now there are those wrangles between WBS and the URA, Uganda Revenue Authority. They're having some problems. There are areas that they were supposed to be paying some taxes and all that. So, like what happened in the news is also what I know, that, you know, Wavamono had taxes to pay. He had spent some time without paying. So, they shift WBS to URA to see if they can. But I left WBS and now they have paid me too much money. So by
then
I shifted like 3 times.
Wow.
I left that place there.
Another mansion.
Then I got a small other house, very tiny. Very tiny, like these chairs. Very tiny, very small, like 2-3 steps. If you get it, be sat when I remember. Then again, then again, just behind again, Relax. Then I left there. Awoba. Abachalanga banji.
Abakushali.
Abangamba ogende.
Kati awo no tambula yo single toyina mukazi.
I've not been in a relationship that entire time.
Toba nko relationship mlambo.
I've not been in a relationship that I understand. I remember I spoiled because of the lifestyle, you know. I could move to any club. I just go to a club and people will get me drinks. Everything is on the house. But I thought, by the way, let me tell you, I thought that's how life is. Because remember, this is my first job. People call me, rich people call me. My first time at Mohama, it was SK Mbuga. People call me from abroad. People assist, like everything is on a silver platter. I could be with 10 people in the house. I moved to a club and everyone is sorted. I could not lack. So I thought that's how life is. If you grow up with kids and you're driving, that's
what life is.
Me, my first job, I thought happiness.
Money. WBS budget deko ta nati.
So budget nati and URA is there. So they wanted to cut off some of the employees because they had worked for a long period of time. You look at the people like Sekeba, 2016, I'm not so sure. I was there 7 years.
Okay.
I was there 7 years. So now they wanted to they wanted to cut off some of the employees. But how they could do it, they could frustrate you and then you leave. Because they're supposed to give you your benefits. But now they cannot afford for these people who have been there for a long period of time. The likes of Jack Sekeba, Straka, the Charles Oimuke, the different people who were there. Zomuto. So you're calculating the benefit of these people, and the money is too much because you're supposed to divide their salary into half, and then you multiply it by the years that they've worked.
Wow.
Now these guys are so many. How are you going to do that? So they frustrate you, and you fire yourself. So now they started frustrating me. I stopped bringing guests. Then away from that, they are limiting me lots of stuff. Away from that, even the content that I bring to present, they don't want to put it there. So there was a story I wanted to do, and I wanted them to show pictures, and now they don't want to show the pictures. I was on the set. I'm like, guys, you do not show my pictures. I'm on set. I'm on TV. You don't show my pictures. I'm leaving.
So
and
producer,
if I leave,
you said the producer to show the pictures.
I said that on TV. I'm working on air.
That was your last day.
That was my last day. I'm like, you don't show these pictures. I'm leaving, and I'm not coming back on air. I'm like, show the pictures. They failed to show. I'm like, show the pictures. They failed to show the pictures. I moved out.
You moved out?
I moved out.
You were signing out?
Nope. I left. That's how I ended WBS TV.
Didn't you ever think of the consequences of that kind of decision?
I always move on very fast. That's the problem.
So kati omaliriza WBS. What next?
It was my hardest life ever. It was very terrible. I could not afford the house now. Most of the friends that I had left. I used to be with lots of people at home, very many artists at home. They all left. All of them left. So I was now in Kulambiro. That's where I was staying. I was paying around 400. I could not afford the house now. Remember, I wasn't saving. Money was coming just
on a daily.
On a daily. It was the hardest time ever. So now, bangambe nyumba ino jivamo ino sasula. Bamanje miezi esatu. In short, nadduka budus okuva. I called my friend at night. It was around 8. Then I called my friend and I'm like, you know what, Bamita Widi is my blood, one of my best friends, but I can spend a year without talking to her. So we left. Naja with the car. Yeah, we got a car. I had a full house. So we got a car. I went to my sister's apartment around Freedom City.
So kati ova mu nyumba, what were people speaking? Bakubako mawulire, nawulira bakubako mawulire.
News has not been good in one way or the other. But me, one thing I always said is that as long as you choose that career and you enjoy it and you have fun out of it, enjoy the rest of the things that come over it.
It made rounds. Luzze bamgoye mu nyumba, Luzze usulidde ebintu. Kyakwisa kiki ekyo?
I don't care. Remember, I didn't come in this thing to be a star or a celebrity. I was doing something I want. The difference between, oliyinza okubanga sika chapa naye nga akusinga okuyingiza. You get the point. Naye nga gwoba okola omulimu gwobeera ku TV. Naye nga ate yakusinga obwakabi naye mbulwako oli ku TV. You get the point. So enenzirayo, I went to Freedom City.
Watoloka ewalandira odio.
Yeah.
Ekiro.
Yeah.
Teyaddamu kunoonya. Yali akubanja emyezi emeka.
Now, the beauty with it is that Bali bakyusiza from the landlord asking for money to now a company. So the company could not look for me. So they had just drifted from there. So nengenda around Freedom City, it was a harsh man. It was the hardest time in my life. You could not get what to eat. Everyone is gone. It was the hardest. I remember SK Angamba Kandasuno Bangwe Agalichunchuna called me, but now he's also in prison. It was the hardest time ever. You're not having food. It was the hardest ever. So I was like, how can I do it? But I wanted a TV which was more organized, just like WBS. So all these other TVs I
So
saw,
how
like,
much time did that take?
7 months.
Obulamu bwali obutambuzi otya by
7
then?
months. Because where I
Okola
was
chi those 7 months?
nothing.
Ngokera kumacha?
Chilling.
Nga tona like that kind of life.
Nothing.
Teyakusindika to do certain things.
It changed me a lot.
How?
Right now, even if I'm not working, even if I spend a year without working, I'll never leave a house. This year I'm going to start building. It's changed a lot of things in my life.
Kati ngokera kumacha n'otuula.
Nenchiri.
N'ekiro paka n'otuula.
Yeah. Nalina bachali nayo chali wangao. Omu.
Nga mukola ki n'ekyaliyo?
Nothing. Remember, the beauty with it is that in my sister's apartment, mwali temulimu muntu. So nengendamu simusasula. Walkable distance waliwo muganda wangu omulala. Walkable distance waliwo muganda wangu omulala, but it is their family, husband and wife, and then the kids. So we could just chill. So after like 7 months, that's when I'm like, no, you know what? I have to revamp this. I had to leave even my sister's houses, the apartments, because I'm not paying her, you know, and she's losing money. So I told her I'm going to leave. I stay with one of my sisters. So I went to stay with one of my sisters, but Naonga, I inconvenience. So that's when I came up with an idea to go to Rwanda. Also, because I was watching Rwanda TV and I saw like those guys were more organized than in Uganda. Sagara kumpa mitwala abiri. So I go there. Yeah. Ngezako Rwanda TV, they were going to give me, I was on Radio City Rwanda. That's how I get a phone call for Record TV.
Ngoli Rwanda.
Yeah. And they told me come as soon as possible.
Ngana kukubira essimu.
They had their head of production. I don't remember his name. Ibra.
Nakubira essimu. Yali kyaliwo, yali akumanyi.
No. Ibra ne Mulangira bebankubira. MD had just come. And then they were looking for people to work with. So they told them there is this young guy who can do something. So when they called me and I was looking for a job in Rwanda, I opted for the one in Uganda because it's in your country. And I knew maybe I would have a high beginning per because it's them who have called me. Yeah, they were fans. They were fans. So I come back to Uganda and they give me a job. I start working with them. 2 years now on the road.
Kati, how have those 2 years been? Because you're from WBS 7 months of Kati, Oliku TV and Dala. Any changes?
It has changed a lot in my life. Everything that has happened in my life, man. Growing up, I've never been in a family. I've never been in a family where there is a mom and a dad, you know. Never. Tichibanga or never. I don't know those things of mother's love, you know, father's love. I don't know those things. Me, my lifestyle, the way how I live, is how we grew up. You get. So lots of changes, and then those 7 months I mixed without working and I was broke. They also changed a lot in me. I've grown up telling people that I want to get married. I want to get married in church. I want to have a family. I want to have kids in one home. Female, you know, and we are married.
Married.
We are married. So I thank God I never caught HIV. Because of the simple background of medical. Nalaba abantu abalwadde nenda bye bali okitegeera.
Kati you are Record TV. Tuba tuli awo nga you're making rounds on social media over Zahara Totto.
Zahara Totto.
What happened? Have you guys had something between the two of you? Why would you share that kind of video on YouTube? Why would you stigmatize those young kids? Because she calls it stigmatizing. The kids that you showed in that video.
Okay, the thing is like this. I don't know. Nze nali mbirese no bireka lwakwa gwolika blaza. Mitala. Nze nali mbivudeko. Zahara Totto was my friend. That is in 2015. 2014. She was my friend. She used to have buzz. She used to promote. I helped her promote because by then I was on my climax at WBS. I used to invite her and then she promotes those bars, you know, and then her nights. She was just a friend. Then later now time moves on, but I knew byalinga akola ne byali akwasaganya. So later now I get now I'm at record, and then I'm like, maybe to call you something, you know, for my YouTube channel, which is LN Olekawa Kabanga A.
Kati omuyita okola na interview. Nainga you had shared a particular video on your YouTube.
Very good.
Video wa jijjawa.
Kati chili wechiti. She's having benabana bataba graduating and now graduating up P1 now graduating. So she calls the media people, you know, to cover that.
Was that a recent video or video you got there?
It is 7 months ago.
No, wajiteka you call it 7 months ago. But when they shot it, how much time passed for you to share it?
Took like a month.
Nga wakashooting aka video.
Yes. Because ye yabayita mujje mukwate naye nga nze ndaba ebifaananyi byamuswaza naye ate yabayise babikwate. So kati ate
go bifuna otya naye waliko.
No, I sent some of my boys to go there to also capture. So we bought him back because it's no activity twabiraga by the way. Then waitawaka senga why not, let's post this. I just posted. I didn't even mention anything. I said Zahar, Totto and his kids, you know, just the choka. And then I called her for an interview. I first called Mildred Haisis, Abidi, and then they were busy. Then I'm like, why can't I call Kasista? Then I called Zahar Totto, and then he's like, hey, yeah, she was busy, and then she texted me, just sending me a message, I'm a little bit busy. Then I sent a message, this is Anderson Luzze man, something for the YouTube channel. Nalyoka fulume ebigambo ebinene era nga byakola. I kept on saying sorry. I got up saying sorry.
Naika naye in the apology walinga adula.
In the apology that I did. No. Nakula n'abawala bokka. Nzenze comlines. I know how to treat ladies. Chobola ne yanvuma. And sadula in any way. I meant everything. And I still mean it. If I wronged her, I'm sorry. Just like Bebe Cool, if I wronged you, man, I'm sorry. Even when I don't know what I did. So me, I'm apologetic because
for Bebe Cool, what exactly happened?
I don't know.
Lwachi temukwatagana bulungi?
Now, let me tell you. Bebe Cool, he was one of the people, mukaziko kaenkalike na kunyumeza. When nasoko kumitinga in my life. In my life, when nasoko kumitinga nga serebo wakabi. And I had written my list of the people that I wanted to meet in entertainment, my goal. I didn't meet any of those guys, but now I get to meet Bebe Cool first. Whatever he could tell me when we are chatting at night is what I could go ahead to show on air or to talk about on air. So one night, he is all over news. I got to tell you, Komfufu headlines. Mbuyalide akantu.
Akantu chi?
Mbwakakantu ka basiramu ke batagala. Then Noloti, you remember that picture? Mngatali Komfufu kumacha buke dolupapula era yaliko headline. Zenagambo wine. But the day before, echironga temunatia, I was with the guy.
Nabyogera.
Tiyabyogera. Era nze nengamba why? Byomu abayogera ku bino nze kumacha we najja nayogera ku nyumba ng'agitaddeko amategula. Ngame nyumba agitaddeko amategula kati kyemmanyi wana abagitadde mu siringi biki era ajja kutugamba.
Ekiwatule.
Yes, ezeza akabi. I don't know musajja yanyiga.
Ngoyogedde ku nyumba.
Sogedde na kubiri. Omusajja yanyiga. I received I think 20 calls from Bebe Cool that time. Nina chaliwo gwe ngamba era kwe nali naye eri nga ngeze mu apartment za mugana ngera aliwo bamuyita Wanda Julius. Wanda Julius afana nga Bebe Cool w'omulaba. Bebe Cool exactly nga omulaba bwali. Ayagala Bebe Cool okufaako obufi alina girlfriend nga girlfriend ayagala Bobby Wine ne beekyawa jera kuba ayagala Bebe Cool. Nemugamba munange kablaza wo nali mukuba ngokuba ku macho bweddanvuma ne muteeka mu loudspeaker. Yachawa Bebe Cool. I'm not lying. Yamuchawa because yagamba kati okoze ki. Mukitekera okukoze ki. Nothing. Bichi. Kati akubira ne mzeyi wava muno yali alina okuyimba oba ku birthday oba something nagamba nze sijja yimba yimba temugobya Anderson. I'm a kid ayakava medical school ndi fala bebe kulu wakabi ne kakati wakabi ali eno ngula abira na 7 ndiye no fala kati bamwegayira our HR them days wava muno human resource agana chopa akubira bebe kulu agana okunsonyiwa. I just thank God. I don't know how it happened. They did not fire me because wava muno is no sense person. Waba agala na imbe ku birthday ya muwala we ngate agala chiri ajja chikola. Years later, even now, the guy is still on the same. 7 years later, I just neku record najjanga abagamba MD bangu.
Neku record akunonyeza.
Netondero omusajja asobola kwelabira zali sawa ndoza nga 5 nga Mordecai Mulisa Martin Jr. ngagenda ofuna interview naye ngamba enda sigala netondero kabulaza. Netonze emyaka 7 katuligena almost 8.
So what's your message to Zahara, Totto and Bebe Cool? Simple message. Come, Kalain come.
Why? Do what makes you happy. Being happy is the most important thing. If getting angry about someone makes you happy, so be it. If keeping a grudge is what makes you happy, so be it. But when someone is apologetic, Nagam, I'm sorry, look through it. Life continues, man. Me, I'm nothing, by the way. Why? Naye kati boba chikubi.
Kali. Nga tumaliriza just 2 things. Worst moment in your life.
My worst moment in my life
that broke you down.
That really broke me down. I know mwalanga mwagala nyo. There are 2 moments. I know mwalanga mwagala nyo. Then nengenda nenkola ebitakwatagana.
The worst moment yo kati.
Nenkola ebitakwatagana. Nakola ebitakwatagana. Then mama we namugamba agendeke waka. Nali njogedde bubi ne mama we. Nga simanyi mbu mama we. Nali manyi it was Winninwaji. So nga njogedde bubi gye kyagwera ng'omuwala agenzeeko kewaka tebamufunyisa olubuto. Yali tagenda kudda kakyawo nga kiwedde. But waliwo endala nali mu taxi ng'aliwo maama n'omuwala we. Taata n'akuba essimu. Kati mu maama nga yayina essimu. Muwala we n'agimuggyako n'agimusikako n'ayogera ne daddy. Then Rama ne banyumyanyumyamu kaawo. I felt very bad. I was like, this is something I've never experienced. And that's why I want to get married. That's why I will never get kids out of marriage. That's why after all those 10 years and with the stardom that came with it, I never got married. I never got kids out of marriage. All my friends have kids. Look at the likes of the Jacksters, the Web Daniel Savachi J, the Douglas Rangas, the Wajidi, the Calvin the Entertainer. I like his story. So nagamba nze sirizaala okujjako nga ndi mbufumbo mu bufumbo because kyenjagala sikibangamu.
Okay, best moment in your life.
My best moment in my life, what could that be? My best moment, I think the time that I got hired then time to go call out TV.
That's your best moment.
I think it was my best moment, but I didn't look at it that much. I don't really look at best moments in life. I just let life flow. Yeah.
Embaga yaddi.
Embaga. A girlfriend nimukakwogereza kakamba muno ko kakyali katutebakola embaga. Naye nayo gwemfunza at least nayo gwemfunza. I've no root at least tuzaale. Ochimanyi, if I died right now, my dad's generation would be done.
True.
Because I'm the only boy. Yeah? Bano beyazaale bali all dead.
Bafa bonna.
Yes. So if I died now, my dad's generation kaput off. If I died now.
Got chigali. Joshua Mitala is my name. That has been the Profile 256 with one legendary TV personality, Luzze Andrew Anderson. He has shared a very touching story. Don't forget that this show is sponsored by Shooter Media Uganda for all your graphics, photography, and videography. I sign out.
They are brave. They are our inspiration, our hope, mentors, and game changers. They are your leaders in the political arena, business world, entertainment, and in the paradise of sports. We bring you their stories on the Profile 256. Let's sit, learn, and get to know them better than we do. Only on Shutia TV.